the Seaside Bible. Jesus Freak here, and I picked this up at Ollie's in Hamburg, New York, which I don't usually go to Hamburg. That's way the other side of Buffalo from me. That's out of my range. That's like Erie County Fair. I've been there like once or twice. It's not my stomping grounds. Anyway, this is a Nelson King James Bible. See if I can. It's too blown out, but you can see where it says King James Version. It's a Seaside edition for children there. Anyway, you can see it's got the zippered. There's the nice picture on the cover. That's why it's called the Seaside Bible. And you see the edging on the pages matches the cover. Inside the cover you have the Lord's Prayer. Yeah, my light blows things out a little bit. It's powerful light, even though it's not very, I think it's like a 9-watt LED or something. Psalm 23 and the 10 Commandments off in the back. Surprisingly, for a Bible aimed at kids, it not only has a presentation page, it's pretty common, but it has a pretty complete family section, too. This it has see how long the introductory material goes. It's about 32 pages in the back front, called The Greatest Storybook Ever, which that's actually kind of minimizing it, honestly, because it's not a storybook, it's the book. It's not just stories, because stories tends to imply something made up. There's a section where it points you to a lot of the more familiar stories in the then there's sort of short retelling of Jesus' life. Section called Your Life in Bible Times. Bible time chart section. Just, simple chronology. Surprisingly, they still have the old Nelson logo on the title page for the Bible proper. I guess they never changed the plate there, even though the main title page here has the current logo. This is the 69th printing. 69th printing from 2012. A Korean printing. Anyway, you have, once you get into the actual Bible section, you have the usual stuff. I'm going to say this is a familiar old, well, you know, it's a 1970 text block. I want to say I've seen this text block before. Maybe Pastor Brett would recognize. It's a really small print. It's your, you know, pretty typical KJV layout. No book introductions, nothing fancy like that. Once in a while, you hit a couple illustrations. These are credited to a Charles McBaron. You see that? Looks like a white and blue headband in here, but no ribbon or anything. And I think this is sewn. I think I see signatures. Anyway, you go from the Old Testament directly into the New. Surprising for Nelson, it has the correct title page. It's got a pretty nice looking red letter, kind of like a Cambridge. Decent red. It's not neon pink like Oxford or Kirkbride. And also surprising for a Nelson, it has the colophons at the end of the Pauline epistles. Outside of like Oxford and Cambridge, you really don't see those. From Revelation, you have a harmony of the Gospels. Dated to 62. Parables and miracles in the Bible. Also from 1962. And then there's a dictionary / concordance, which I think I may have had a Bible in the late 80s that had the same dictionary. And then it just ends there. Snagged it a bit. I think it's pretty nice for what it tries to be. you know, the zipper thing makes for a nice feature if you looking for a take-along Bible. I like the zipper on the take-along Bible. You know, keeps it from getting messed up. You know, when you gotta, if you're giving this to a kid, you know, well, that zipper is really gonna protect it. And notice the shape of the zipper. Now, obviously, you know, I don't so much get into the build of these things, since to me it's more important what's inside, the guts. So I don't talk too much about that typically. Yeah, I'm like, GSM doesn't matter to me, whatever, you know. Oh, I don't, you know, fancy leather's no big deal. Hardbound, this is pretty solid. See if I can get these numbers to show up on cam. They're not really showing up. They're kind of showing up. Anyway, if I'm seeing them at Ollie's, you probably won't see much of them after this. I hope they're gonna try to make a new edition of this or something. Anyway, Jesus Freak out.